We're at Wildwood Park where tonight the Sheboygan A's are going to host the Addison Braves. This will be the fourth time these two teams have met. Sheboygan coming into this ball game is 9-5 overall. They're 3-3 in the Wisconsin State League after defeating Kenosha in their first game today. 3-1 behind Jason Button, who pitched a complete game. Button ended the game on a strikeout, and that was his 400th of his A's career. Wanted to mention that. Sheboygan is now on a 2-game winning streak in the State League, and haven't had a lot of success against Addison. They went down there for that 4-game set. They only played 3 because of weather issues in the last game, but they only finished up 1 win and 2 losses. The 1 win, however, was when Eric Schmitz was on the mound, and he went 6 innings for the win. It was a good win to finish off the weekend that started off pretty lousy. This is also the third and final game in the 2025 Wisconsin State League Challenge. You want to go through the batting order for Addison?
Yeah, let's do it. Leading off for the Braves is J.D. Swarbrick at shortstop. Hitting second is Henry Fondre. He'll be playing first base. Joe Stagowski is in center field. He's in third. The cleanup hitter is Josh Caniff. He is behind the plate today. 5-0 hitter is Tyler Martini. He's in left field. Hitting sixth is Louis Barbour. He'll be at second base. Hitting seventh is Frank Lawin. He'll be in right. And Jack Swarbrick's the DH today, and rounding out is R.J. Valdez at third base.
All righty. Swarbrick is in the batter's box. Schmidt's first pitch is swung on and fouled out of play.
Yeah, like you mentioned, in that game on Sunday, Schmitz recorded that 600th strikeout as part of the A's.
Schmidt's breaking ball hangs up high. I mentioned this is the third and final game of the challenge for Sheboygan. For Addison, this is their second game. They got hammered by West Allis in their first game of the challenge. It was the game before this one, 16-3. They do have a game tomorrow for their third game. Each team plays 3. And Schmidt starts off with a strikeout. Good start for him and good start for the Sheboygan A's.
Yeah, Schmitz, like we've talked about many times so far, he's a great control guy. Gets a lot of strikeouts, but doesn't walk a whole ton of batters.
He's a Hall of Famer, that's for sure. Addison will play their final game of the challenge tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's right here at Wildwood Park. And then following that game will be the final game of the challenge when Green Bay plays West Allis. That should be a dandy. West Allis has got a good ball club, and just like last year, Green Bay is lighting it up pretty good.
West Allis will be a tough team to beat. We were talking about earlier. They did beat Sheboygan earlier this week, but they had to play them at Wildwood Park.
Yes. Game time temperature is, it looks like 58, but it's 55 degrees. We have clear and chilly skies, and the wind is out of the northeast. That coming from Bill. 2-2 count to Fondre. Ball is ripped out to right field. That's going to be off the wall. That ball was crushed. And in standing with a double is Harry Fondre. Boy, he really ripped that ball, Lucas.
Yeah, that ball looks a lot like the one like we saw last night from Connor Lash. This one didn't quite get out, but yeah, you mentioned high exit velocity off the bat at Fondre that time.
This is Eric Schmitz's fourth appearance, his third start of the year in his 14 innings coming in. He gave up 9 hits and does have 18 strikeouts now. And ERA at 1.29. Record is 1-1. If I remember, I think the loss was maybe against Chicago. Was that the
Yeah,
game he pitched pretty
two
good and we
unearned
just
runs.
left 11 runners on? Pitches a ball. It's 1-1. There's one out. Good fastball. It's in there. Our umpires for this ball game are Doug Steinke behind home plate. Jeff Peterson is stationed between first and second right now, and Peyton Kelling is over at third. Three-man crew again.
You switch between 3 games, each getting a little taste of each position.
Yes, exactly. Batter checked his swing, or did he? Yes, he did. Peterson says no swing. Count is 2-2. Stegowski.
It's weird to see the A's pitching in the top of the frames today. And last night, they were both the road team.
That pitch makes it a full count. Waiting on deck is Josh Conniff. And ball 4. I mentioned some of Eric's stats. I never did give you the walks. In the 14 innings, he's walked 5, which is a little bit high for him. He's usually got a little better control.
Yeah, it's unusual, like you're saying, to see his walk rate that high. But
sets up the double play. Let's look at it in a positive
that's
vein.
what I was getting at, yep.
Conniff, the catcher, is up.
He works quick, like you were saying in that last game. A lot of these Sheboygan aces work very quickly.
Mark Murphy here. It's part of the Wizards. Meet on Friday mornings.
Yeah, crowd's kind of thinned out a little bit since
Well,
game 1.
yeah, it was a lot nicer this afternoon. It's really gotten chilly. We've dropped probably 10 degrees from this afternoon. Breaking pitch is in for a strike, makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the first inning, 1 out. Addison threatening with runners on first and second. There's another breaking pitch, same spot. Call strike 3. Lucas giving the old umpire punch out. Next up is Tyler Martini. Make mine dry, Bill. A dry martini. I think that means not so much vermouth, but I'm not sure. Yeah. There's a line drive through, out into right field. You're going to have a play at the plate. Strong throw home is in time. What a throw by the right fielder, Alex Ames. Oh, my. And that ends the first inning. Addison does not get a run, but they do collect a couple of hits.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans and the radio.
Addison having a tough go of it. You know, they lost to West Allis in the first game in a rout and had a chance to come up with a run and grab the lead in this second game of their challenge this weekend. And kid got thrown out at the plate. Alex Ames made a great play. He rushed hard, picked the ground ball up, and all in one motion threw it home. And great tag by Casper at the plate. And runner was out, Fondre. And he was chugging around third, too.
A great throw from Ames and an even better tag by Cal Casper to make that out at the home.
Go through the batting order for Sheboygan. Alex Ames is going to lead off. He was playing right field, as you saw him that last play of the top of the first. Gus Walker is batting second in center. Harry Stelt batting third and playing third. Jacob Neese batting fourth, playing second base. Nick Tenney is playing left field, batting fifth. Brad Reinflesch is the DH. Nice to see Brad in the lineup. He's a good hitter, good baseball player. Ty Witek is hitting seventh and playing first. Cal Casper is catching, batting eighth, and batting ninth is Ryan Lesnick, playing shortstop. We've seen him make some really fine plays at second base, but he's sliding over to short for this ball game.
Yeah, he's had some really good shortstop play from Palmquist and Bradford, especially this year.
Ames got into the first game today as a runner. He played last night, was 0 for 1 with 3 walks. And you know, we've belabored that point. He's getting on base a lot, not a lot of hits, so his batting average is very low, under 200.
Yeah, anytime you can draw 3 walks in a game, though, it's pretty beneficial for the team at least.
You know, things aren't going good on the hitting side when, yeah, we're perking up. In that other game, we had 6 hits. It's not enough. You got to get more hits than that. But we're winning.
Back to 500, State League.
Yes.
Now they could win this one, sweep the weekend. They're up to 3rd place already. Can start challenging Green Bay for 2nd place.
We got some mostly Newbold action this coming up this next week. And we got Appleton on Tuesday and Green Bay on Wednesday. So a couple of big games. That Green Bay game will actually be for 2 leagues. Good fastball. Ames swings and misses. That brings up Gus Walker. Gus only hitting 105 on the year. He's 0 for 3 with a walk his last game. Making his first start of the weekend. Gives you a lot in the outfield. He's a great center fielder, but you got to hit a little better than he is.
We know he can do it. We've seen it how many times before.
Yeah, we've talked about this a couple of games ago. He was for all time, you know, his hits in a season. He had 85. He ranks 4th. Ball is hit to right field, but foul. Got around on that one.
Yeah, stay back just a little longer. You could have pulled that one out of here.
Yeah, exactly. 1-1 is the count, 1 out. Adrian Rapier is the pitcher for Addison, and doing the catching is Conniff. We mentioned that. Give you the rest of the defense after this pitch. Swing and a miss. Count is 2-2. Fondre's at first. Barbour Score is at second. Valdez is at third, and playing shortstop is J.D. Swarbrick. I'll give you the outfield after this pitch. Bouncing ball up the middle. Nice hop for the shortstop, and he got it there just in time. Walker was hustling down the line but couldn't quite beat the throw. The big hop really helped the shortstop on that play. Tyler Martini is in left field for the Braves. Joe Stagowski is in center, and Frank Lavin is in right. 2 outs, nobody on. Harry's up.
Just a tick below 300 so far this year.
I think when we were checking starting game 1 of today, he was over 300, correct?
Yep.
And he was, in the first game, he was 1 for 3.
I think Friday he was over 300.
Okay.
Going to Friday.
1 for 3 in the first game today.
Yeah.
There's a line drive base hit up the middle.
Now he's over 300. It's 2 for 7 now in the State League Challenge.
Jacob Neese is up. Jacob was 1 for 3 and scored a run in the first game. Jacob had a tough first game, going 0 for 4 and striking out the first 3 times. Hit a long double in the game earlier today.
Just 1 away from tying Hanselman for the team lead. 3. Jacob has 2.
Where's Hanselman been?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ball's fouled out of play. Harry taking a short lead at first. Mostly trying to stay warm over there.
Like you mentioned, severe drop in temperature from game 1 at 2 o'clock today.
It's chilly out there. Breaking pitch stays up high for Rapier. Not a real big guy, but has pretty good velocity. 2 balls and 1 strike on Jacob. Pull that one out of play. It's a little late on all those pitches. You notice everything's getting fouled off to the right side. He's not pulling the ball at all.
Maybe he was sitting breaking ball.
That double he had in the first game was to left center field. That one he got around on very nicely. Takes that one in the dirt.
A lot of hitters, especially like Jacob Neese, you know, they want to sit on the breaking ball 2 strikes, and when they don't see that, like you say, they can become late on those kind of pitches.
Harry will be running on this 3-2 pitch. That pitch is inside. Harry in scoring position. And that brings up Nick Tenney. Tenney hitting .226. He also had a hit in the first game today.
I think he was the one that hit it off the bag, wasn't he? That it stayed in play.
That's right, and the left fielder made a real
Yeah.
good play to keep him at first. He got around on that, but fouled it. Crossed Denny and Donna Moyer way. Well, the crowd is small, but they're quiet. It's awfully cold out there. They're all bundled up. Oh, a little bit of a hanger, but all Nick could do is foul it straight back. I'm not sure if A1 is acting down there or if he's shivering
He's just a little scared the foul ball was going to hit him.
It happens up here sometimes. Fouled right at the plate. Another good fastball.
Way to stay alive by Nick Tenney. Looked like he wasn't ready for that fastball. Still able to get around on it. Fouled back.
Harry's on at second. Jacob is at first. There's 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning of a 7-inning game. And a good breaking pitch. And Tenney swings and misses, and that ends the first inning after 1 complete, no score.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
You serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Louis Barbour is going to lead it off for Addison. Addison is managed by Larry Kurkowski. Sheboygan, of course, by Tim Moyer, assisted with assistance from Kenny Nazy. Schmidt's first pitch is a little bit low for a ball.
A little bit of a tighter zone in this game than we saw in game 1 at 2 o'clock.
Exactly. Schmidt able to work out of a jam, got a defensive gem from his right fielder, Alex Ames, throwing out Harry Fondre at the plate. Grounder to Harry. Harry's got a good arm over at third, makes a nice throw.
Yeah, real solid option at third base. Doesn't make too many mistakes over there. Makes a lot of nice throws.
Frank Lavin up. Lavin is the Braves right fielder. We don't have any stats on Addison. I think they're out there, we just don't have them. There's a ball hit out to center field. Walker can't get it. It's off the wall. It's going to be caught by the left fielder. Oh, wow. Missed that one big time. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, I was watching Walker the whole way, and then it looked like Tenney kind of came out of nowhere to make that catch.
Yeah, right in front of the 350 sign, I think it was. We're so used to Walker making all the plays out there. Check the other guy. 2 outs. Catch out there by Nick. When we did this interview with Scott for this impending induction into the Hall of Fame, and we were talking about young eyes up here being able to see, and I said, you know, I always check Whoa, a little bit of a high throw, but nice play by Wytech to make it. We'll finish our story when we come back after an inning and a half. No score.
Whenever you shop Meyer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter. Shelter and care.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
So the point I was trying to make in regards to young eyes up here, you know, seeing the ball. I don't always see the ball when it takes off the bat, so I watch the outfielders. They tell me what to do. Well, you were saying you did the same thing. You're watching the outfielder find out where the ball was. We were watching the wrong outfielder.
Looked like off the bat Walker had the best read on it, but Denny was there all the way.
Hey, Bill, did you see that ball off the bat go out there? You did. Holy cow. Bill saw it all the way. Yeah, really. That's enough over there. Stop having your fun at my expense. We're doing the best we can down here. That's it. That's what it is. I'm further away. That pitch looked pretty good, but it was called a ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Brad didn't hit a whole ton last year, but he did hit north of 300.
Yep. Now, is this his first at bat this year?
Yep.
It is, okay.
Still be the A's.
Just got a piece, fold it right off the face mask of Conniff. That's, you know what they call that? A wake-up call.
He was falling asleep. He's up now.
Brad proudly wearing that number 42. It's retired in Major League Baseball. Swing and a miss into the dirt. Conniff steps out and throws to first. Complete the strikeout. And that brings up the number 7 hitter, Ty Wytech. Now, we had talked about this in a previous game. You know, our catching is very strong this year. And in this case, he's, well, Ty is hitting 400, but, you know, in this game, we were able to get Wytech at first and Casper at catcher, and we got 2 of the 3 guys in the lineup.
Yeah, we saw that Friday, too, with Casper and Lash. Lash is the DH.
Right? Yep.
Casper, yeah.
All kinds of ways to manufacture that.
Normally we see the DH go more to Jurgensen when he's around, so that's might take that out of the consideration. But
You can sometimes, it'll happen where you have to work the DH into being a position player, and then what that means, of course, is then the pitcher has to bat, which isn't the end of the world, unless you're a pitcher having to bat for the first time all year.
If it was Ryan Flesh, you wouldn't be too worried, or Kolakowski or someone like that, guys who have hit before.
Yes.
But guys like Ricklitis and Schmitz don't hit too often, if at all.
2-1 pitch coming up to Ty. Rips that one to third. Nice Sunday hop. The throw across is in time. Valdez making that play. Casper coming up. Hometown is Green Bay. We mentioned he goes to Winona State, just over the state line on the other side of the Mississippi River. Rapier starting Cal off with a fastball on the outside corner for strike one.
Talk a lot about Cal's defense, how good he's been back there. Catcher for the A's so far. If he can get his back going just a little bit more, he'd be even more valuable than we already consider him.
Yeah, for sure. He's a plus defender at catcher. 1-1 pitch. Oh.
Similar to Justin Schnell, we've seen the past couple of years. Plus defender, didn't hit too well in his time with the A's, but he was always in there for his glove.
And at that time, we didn't have a real strong catching staff, and his defense certainly made up almost for his lack of hitting. I think he had to hit a little better than what he did to be a real valuable part of the team. But, I mean, he was a good defender, by far the best of our catchers at that time. It's kind of like the conundrum with Gus. I mean, he's a great outfielder, but sometimes you got to hit a little better to maintain that value.
And this A's team has been much better defensively than we saw last year, over 2% higher, fielding percentage-wise already.
Yeah, we looked that up this afternoon. Was it
94 last year and over 96 this year.
Yeah, over 96% this year. That's pretty good. 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Conniff again throwing down to first to complete the strikeout. And after 2 complete, still no score.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Thank you.
Game started at 7:50. Bill just told us.
Thank you.
Keep track and see how long this game lasts. The game this afternoon was only an hour and 50 minutes. It really moved along quickly. The game on Friday night, the first game of this year's Challenge Series, was 2 hours and 2 minutes. A little bit longer.
Yeah.
For a 7-inning game, though, I don't think that's quite,
No,
too
we've
bad.
seen longer for sure in the past couple of years.
Did any of you guys hear how long that game was at West Dallas the other night? Seemed like they were playing at 11 o'clock at night. What happened? Okay, so 8 o'clock start, going till about 11, 3 hours. Long game, but not 10 innings, yeah. So not too bad. I remember when I was playing for Howard's Grove, the way our field was situated, the sun would go down in the west, and our field faced so the batter was looking right into the sun.
Yeah, nope,
But there was a school out there, and if you waited until like maybe 10 to 8 or so, that was just long enough for the sun to go behind the school, and then everybody could see what was going on. So instead of 7:30 starts, it was usually 7:45.
we played there because this year against Howard's Grove, because they have
Oh, really?
construction.
The old school?
Yeah, that is that's tough to hit at.
John Brzanek heading up to the booth. Somebody lock the door, quick. First pitch is a swing and a miss by Valdez. Valdez, the third baseman, batting ninth. Oh, yeah, I separated him out, John. I hit the Ace Hardware out in Falls. You don't have to worry about them.
Valdez made that nice play at third base to get Wytick last inning.
Yeah, that was an easy play. It took a Sunday hop right up into it.
I know, but it was a nice play.
Yeah, made a
Wytick
great.
was moving it. Wytick was moving.
Yeah, well, and he made a strong throw across. We'll give him that.
That wasn't special, but
Not like you and Maddie.
yeah.
By the way, we mentioned this. I'm going to mention it again. Our interns for this year, Lucas Schulze up here helping me, Maddie Albanese running the camera and commercials. Hunter Rosh is downstairs somewhere working the store, I believe. And then we lost Emma Crowell. She had family issues, had to stop interning, but we're picking up a former Lutheran High grad, Rose Hahn. Will be starting next week. We look forward to meeting Rose. Wow. Casper was ready to step out of the coach's box and fire down the third on the called strike, but Steinke called it a ball.
Even Valdez was taking a step out of the box. He felt just as much as Casper.
I don't know about you. I like the bigger strike zone. That pitch was called strike three. That one was wide, but called a strike. Are we allowed to say oops up here?
I don't know if the home plate umpire is trying to get back.
Yeah, right.
For Schmidt's little makeup call, but
hey, with all the umpiring I did, you don't make up. If you miss one, you miss one. You don't make up for it on. You don't miss two because you missed one. You shouldn't do that. Back to the top of the order with J.D. Swarbrick. Yeah, right. Bouncer Harry backing up, takes it on the big hop, throws across in time. I will say this, CJ, in my 35 years of umpiring, I think I had 3 what I would term perfect games. I didn't miss a call. And that was behind the plate. I had a whole bunch of them on the bases. Those are easy. But there were 3 of them on 35 years. You know what a big part of it is? The pitcher. If they're around the plate throwing strikes, that makes it a lot easier. They got 2 outs, top of the third. Back to business. Talking about umpiring. Harry Fondre up. Harry hit that double off the wall. His first time up.
yeah, strolling easily to second with that double. And then he got thrown at the plate.
He was still tired from the double. Checks his swing for a ball. Makes the count 2-1.
Ames had to get him back for him one over his head and right.
Alex, I really didn't pay attention to where he was positioned the first time Harry came up, but he does look like he's a little deeper this time, or at least he's deep this time.
In comparison to Tenney too, Tenney's way further in, obviously, playing opposite field, not as much power you would assume.
Yeah, exactly. Pitch just inside. Another 3-2 count. Bouncing ball to Wytek, and he takes it himself to the base, and that ends the top of the third. When we come back for the bottom half of the inning, it'll be Lesnick and then Ames and Walker.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Back here at Wildwood Park, listening to the House of Pain sing Jump Around. The press box is not rocking.
Either are the stands.
No, exactly. Ryan Lesnick up. Ryan seeing his first action in the challenge.
Also his first action at shortstop that we've seen so far, at least.
Yes. He's done very nicely at second base. Hopefully that'll transfer over to short tonight.
He was an everyday starter early on in the year till the two Milwaukee guys came, and he's been kind of left out of the lineup past couple of games.
I think it was his very first game that he had like 3 walks and stole a couple bases and settled down a little bit after that, although the batting average is quite low, but he has drawn 6 walks. Behind on the count this at bat, no balls and 2 strikes.
Using the MLB strategy there, get 2 strikes, call your timeout.
That pitch is on the inside corner for a called strike 3.
5 of them now for Rapier.
He's befuddled the A's batters so far. Brings up Alex Ames.
Thing about this A's team we've noticed so far, we've talked about how much they walk, but they do strike out quite a few times.
I don't know where I think we sit now with more strikeouts and walks, but when we started today's action. Would we have it at like 85, 82 and 82 or
Yeah, it was similar,
something
very
like that? It was very close with walks, but now with the we struck out more than we've walked.
That's a very tough thing to do, having the same amount of strikeouts as walks for a whole team. It's very difficult to do, and the A's have done it, and it just shows how much they've been walking so far this year.
Another 0-2 count for an A's batter. Ames is going to have to battle.
Ames was one of those strikeout victims in the first inning.
We did not get any readouts, box scores from the 3 games that were played in Addison, so we don't know if Rapier pitched in any of those games, but he looks awfully tough tonight.
A big lefty. Southern Sidewinder.
Gus Walker waiting on deck. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A good fastball, and again, he's not able to catch up to it. Another strikeout. 6 now. You know what I'd like to see Gus do? Drop a bunt down the third base side, get on base, steal second, and then let Harry drive him in.
That would be ideal. I feel he tried to lay down a bunt. Oh, look at that. Oh, almost. Step one was almost completed there.
Third baseman rushed in pretty hard. Although he's set up now right about even with the bag, maybe a step behind.
Against the Lombard, I think Gus tried to lay one down, if I remember correctly.
Pitches down low, evens the count at 1-1. I was just saying that because maybe you might want to drag bunt.
Yeah, if he does a drag, but there's no chance that third baseman Valdez is really going to have any shot at it if he does it right.
It's just a matter of getting it past the pitcher. Cracked that ball pretty hard out into right field. And making the grab out there is Lavin.
The estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Schmidt's going to have a tough part of the order to face in the 4th inning. He's got the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Addison. And first time around, 2 of the 3 got on base. One of them with a hit.
shut down how many batters consecutively for the opponent. But yet we still sit 0-0.
Joe Sagowski leading it off. Joe walked his first time up.
Schmitz has pitched well in his time so far this year, but yet, like we've seen, not a whole ton of run support for him.
You know, I pushed this window wide open, and it actually feels pretty nice because I think the wind now is not, you know, blowing in. It's coming from behind us more.
We also got
So got the heat on. It's keeping the cold air out. We're heating the outside. And 3 pitches and a strikeout. Josh Conniff up, catcher. We had a tight game on Friday against Lombard. Won that one 4-2, and then another tight game. Our first game today was a win. It was a 3-1. Hopefully we can win the tight one again tonight. Finish the challenge 3-0.
Yeah, get back to that 4-3 in the state league and maybe make a run for first. You never know.
Get a win against Green Bay on Wednesday. Life is good. But we got to win this one first.
Yep, that's for sure.
Ball struck hard out in the deep center field, but Gus makes it look easy.
That ball
2 outs in the 4th.
That ball looked destined for the gap in left center, and Gus.
That one I could actually see. I tracked it pretty good right to Gus. Tyler Martini up. Tyler singled his first time. Martini offered at that pitch. It's called a strike. That evens count at 1-1. Whitek way off the line at first. Breaking pitch hangs up inside, makes it 2-1. That ball is spanked right up the middle for a base hit. Martini 2 for 2. That's going to bring up Louis Barbour.
Throwing out the Harry his last time up. Schmitty's work quick and hasn't thrown a whole ton of pitches either. Not a whole lot of traffic that he's seen on the bases.
One of the things that was mentioned at a couple of the A's meetings I was at during the off season was the infield. And you remember the last couple of seasons, there were a lot of bad hops out there. I mean, it was almost to the point of being dangerous. And they did some work on that this year and playing a lot better this season.
Could be another reason why that fielding percentage is up.
Could be. Yeah, CJ was saying they're going to, or maybe it was Tim, was telling me they're going to redo the whole park, outfield and everything, or just the infield. And a strikeout, and that ends the Addison 4th. Still no scores when we come back for the
Whenever you shop Meyer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Back here at Wildwood Park, getting ready to start the bottom of the fourth. Our quiz question for today. This Hall of Famer played 7 seasons in the 60s and 70s and had a career .290 batting average with 56 doubles and 14 homers. We graduated the same year he went to South, however. Good player, good guy. Give you the answer maybe later today. I have to wait till Tuesday.
Top of the first on Tuesday.
This Hall of Famer played 7 seasons in the 60s and 70s and had a career .290 batting average with 56 doubles and 14 homers. I remember we went down to Janesville to play a doubleheader, and they had a high school kid who just signed Major League, was going to be signed. I don't think he obviously signed because he was still playing with them, but was going to be picked up and play in the minors. And this answer to the trivia question, hit 2 home runs off of him that day. We lost it. We lost both games, but he still hit 2 home runs.
2 of the 15, you said?
He had 14 for his career.
14.
Back then, the leader in home runs for the season would maybe have 1 or 2. You know, it just wasn't, we just didn't hit many home runs. Denny Moyer led the team in homers one year with 1. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Harry. Ball's fouled straight back.
Harry had that base hit in the first inning. The only A's hit so far.
Two pitch coming up. Right in there. Harry took it for strike 3. You don't see that very often. Must have been looking for something else. That brings up Jacob Neese.
7 of them now for Rapier.
Yeah, too many.
To just the 1 walk, and Neese was the one that walked.
Jacob takes that first pitch down low for a ball. Another story about this Sheboygan A's Hall of Famer. We played football against each other. He went to South, I went to North. And in the North-South game our senior year, I caught a 61-yard touchdown pass.
Wow.
And I only caught it like a 10-yard pass, and then I ran down the field. And this guy would tell me, "Yeah, I could have had you. I just gave up." Yeah, there's no way you're going to catch me. Pitch way out of the strike zone. 3-0.
Wide receiver all 4 years?
I was a running back.
Oh.
All 4 years. Well, I played 3 years. Our freshman year, we went to Urban.
Okay, yep.
And then went 3 years at North. But I didn't start all 3 years, but I played on the varsity all 3 years. That pitch is a strike. So we lost to South my sophomore year, and then we beat them the next 2 years.
about basketball-wise at the Armory?
Oh, don't ask. I'll tell you the story. Senior year. So I started basketball, walked to, so we play South the first game of the year. We killed them. We beat them by over 30 points. It was a record at the time for point spread. And we played them the second time and beat them by 14 or 15. They were our first opponent in the tournament, you know, advance. And we lost to them. Oh, my God.
Senior year?
Senior year,
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
Charlie Simon was one of the guys on South's football and basketball team, for that matter. And he was a really good basketball player. He never lets me forget it.
Every time we see him, hey, remember that one time?
Yeah, right. Ball is popped up on the infield. Valdez trying to navigate. Ball is way up there. He's right near the bag and makes the catch for out number 2. And with that second out, we can give you the answer to the trivia question. Okay, guys, pay attention down there. This Hall of Famer played 7 seasons in the 60s and 70s and had a career .290 batting average with 56 doubles and 14 homers. Any guesses down there? Charlie Cometer is the answer. Charlie, no longer with us, was fire chief. I don't think he was the fire chief, but he was a big wheel in the fire department for many years. Knee's still on first. Brad didn't like that call. Looked a little low. There's 2 outs. Jacob on first. Brad is up. 1-1 is the count. I can see where our runners on first base might have a little trouble getting a good jump.
Yep.
The way his leg kicks up.
Yeah, much more difficult to steal on lefties than righties because they're always looking at you.
Brad went to UW Stout back in the day. A pitch up in his eyes. He wants that pitch back again. Thought he should have hit that one fair. 2-2. 2 outs.
First game hitting all year, like we said. Getting a little bit more used to it. We don't know if he hit for Kewaskum when he's played with them.
Right.
First Sheboygan A's at bat. Or second now.
I would imagine, you know, he's around the ballpark a lot. He probably takes some batting practice in the cage with the guys. And a little change of pace, and strikes out for the second time, and that ends the 4th inning after 4 complete. Still no score.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
Serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Stepping in to hit for the Addison Braves is Frank Levin, their right fielder. Frank flew out to left back in the second. No score. And another pitching duel going on.
Feels like we've said that a lot with the A's recently.
Ball is struck hard out to right. Going back and making the one-handed catch is Alex Ames. Hit hard but high.
Ames has been busy out there. Had the ball hit to him multiple times.
Actually, it's only his first catch. I think he had to chase one down, maybe. Base hit.
Yep.
Made that strong throw to the plate, obviously.
And then the double.
Most of his work is coming between innings, running in and out and in.
Yeah, in that first inning, he had the double and the single right at him.
Our defense has been really good so far. Hopefully that continues throughout the year. Pitching has been solid. Really nice start from Kolakowski on Friday.
Especially against a team like Lombard.
Exactly. No balls and 2 strikes on Jack Swarbrick. Thank you, Bill.
He's been reaching at these past couple of pitches, being able to foul both of them off, but not the Priest to swing.
We'll just call him Jack. Bouncing ball to Harry, he's got it. Nice easy play. 2 quick outs in the 5th.
The Brewers have a pitcher named Rob Sistrizny, and a lot of times some of the announcers just say Rob Z.
A couple of years ago when Casey Verhagen was playing, and then there was another big kid with the
Like
V.
Masovic?
No, his name started with a V. He was only like maybe a sophomore. But his name started with a V too, and I would get them both kind of mixed up. I'd call one Casey and then the other guy's last name. And anyway, I talked with Stu, my old announcing partner. He says, just call them by their first name. Which, hey,
yeah,
trouble with the last name, we'll just call them by the first name. That pitch is a strike, and it evens the count at 1-1. A.J. Valdez, third baseman, is up.
Sometimes, you see RJ being his name, you'd see just the R.J, but it's A-R-J-A-Y.
Yeah, RJ. It's almost like an Indian spelling. East Indian. India. As they say. 3-1. Yeah, Valdez doesn't quite figure into that thinking. And that pitch is low for a ball. And 2-out walk. Second walk given up by Schmitty. J.D. Swarbrick. J.D. is 0 for 2. Line score is Addison, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. Sheboygan, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. Pitchers have dominated. Roller over to short. Lesnick showing off the glove there, making a nice play. And that ends the Addison 5th. When we come back, Sheboygan will try to break up this no-run game.
Whenever you shop Meyer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Ty Witek is going to lead it off. Ty came into tonight's game hitting 400, a little below that with his 0 for 1. Ty pops that one straight up in foul territory. And making a great play on that was Conniff. Those are hard to catch at this level. You watch major league games and make it look so easy. It's not that easy, but Conniff did a good job with that one.
Yeah, sometimes just see them casually get up and hold the mask in one hand and just catch it into the glove.
Yeah. That leads me to another story from when I was playing. One of the Hall of Famers was a kid by the name of Dick Rasmussen. We did go to grade school, high school together. Played sports, and so he's catching an A's game, and there's a foul ball just like that pop up, and he keeps the mask in his hand, locates the ball, and he takes his mask and he flips it away, makes the catch. Well, he threw the mask right into the teeth of the on-deck hitter. Oops.
Oh my. Did he still hit? Did he go
well, no, it was the on-deck batter.
No, I know, but did he go up and hit?
No, I don't think so. No. Made the catch. Dick did. He actually, the first year of the Wisconsin State League back in like 71, a nice catch made, Casper falling out to the first baseman. He led the league in hitting.
Oh, wow. Especially for a catcher, you don't see a whole ton of catchers lead in batting average. You don't see a whole ton of catchers lead in batting average like that.
No, not very often. Ryan Lesnick up. Well, we got 2 foul pop-ups. You know, at least they're not striking out.
Yeah. Step up. Left-handers are tough to hit off of a lot of times. You see a lot more right-handers, so and switch it up the side.
Right, exactly. Maybe we need Jimmy to do a slap hit to left. Pitch is touches the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Lesnick came into the night hitting below 200. Ray Pierre has been very dominating, almost a little more dominating than Schmitty, even though they're both really looking tough tonight.
Pitcher's duel.
Yeah, definitely is that.
9 zeros up on that board.
One ball, 2 strike pitch coming up. Oh, that's going to be a swing. Yep. Tried to check his swing, but went around, and it goes as a strikeout, and that ends the 5th inning. After 5 complete no score.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Back here at Wildwood Park, getting ready to start the 6th inning. It'll be Harry Fondre, Joe Stegowski, and Josh Conniff, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Addison.
CJ was just looking at the game changer, 70 pitches for Schmitz so far.
Okay, that's not too bad, I guess.
Entering the 6th inning, especially only a 7-inning game, maybe he gets into that 8th if it remains tied.
Right, right.
Ryan Fletch sent him through 13, still be good.
Yeah, I wonder who would come in relief. Your buddy, who you thought might be pitching?
I don't know if he's here.
Okay.
He could be.
Fondre is the talk of the town with that double in the first and then getting thrown out at the plate on a very close play. He's 1 for 2 in the game.
Schmitz pitched in the Addison game where he got some run support, but the last 2 games we've seen, Hayes have yet to score him a run.
Ball is hit hard out to left field, but measuring it and making the grab is Nick Tenney. Sounded better than it was hit.
That's for sure. Tenney's not playing that deep either.
Pardon me?
Tenney's not playing that deep either, so you think it'd be more of a difficult play, but he made it look easy.
Joe Stegowski up. When we come back for the bottom of the 6th, it'll be the top of the order for Sheboygan, Ames, Walker, and Stelt. I got it all planned out, Lucas. We're going to get Ames to walk. Gus will bunt them over, and Harry will drive them in. We'll score that run in the bottom of the 6th, shut them down in the 7th, and get a win.
1-0 win.
Yeah, you're laughing over there. Just wait. Called strike 3. Well, Bill, there goes your perfect game. Lucas, that's why you wait. The count was wrong. Punch him out at home plate. We still got it on the call. Got it right. Yeah, Bill, you know what Bill tries to do down there? Mess up our perfect game. Just like the first game when you were calling, he didn't have the innings up there.
That was the scoreboard's fault, not Bill.
That was Bill's fault. He turned it off. Ball falls straight back. 0-2 is the count. Conniff is 0 for 2 in the game. Struck out and hit a fly ball out to center that Gus made a nice play on. Ball's popped up on the infield. Wytek Drifting back and foul ground. He couldn't make the play, but it is a foul ball.
Didn't look real confident the whole way.
I look a little shaky, you're right.
Tripped and fell. Still almost made the catch, but we'll take the foul ball, I guess.
Yep. Goes as an E3. Still no balls and 2 strikes on the batter. Schmidt coming with the fastball that time and kind of fouls it off. And strike 3, swing and a miss. Another good inning by Eric Schmitz. After 5 1/2, still no score.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
CJ thought it was a babe alert. Well, unfortunately, Adrian Rapier is still on the mound. He's been very, very good tonight.
More been Rapier versus Schmitz than A's versus Braves today.
Yeah, right. Well, we got the top of the order coming up. Hopefully we can
hopefully
manufacture a run.
Your idea works out. Bottom 6, get top 7, 1, 2, 3.
Alex Ames getting ready to step in the box.
A's have had just 3 base runners, 2 walks, and 1 hit.
Yeah, 2 of those 3 happened in the first inning with 2 outs.
First inning is where all the action was between both sides.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 6th. No score. Pitch is a ball. Breaking pitch hung up high. Good start. Ames looking to get on any way he can. Valdez, the third baseman, is up even with the bag. He was looking for a possible bunt. Two-0 pitch coming up. A big swing and a miss. Had a good pitch to hit, but couldn't catch up with the fastball. Rapier comes set. Always pitches from the stretch.
Get that leadoff runner on is all the A's really can do right now. Get some sort of momentum going their way offensively.
Question is, well, we talked about it earlier. It's hard to, seems to be when we do have runners on, it's hard to get a good lead against the Addison pitcher. Maybe just bunt him over if he can get on. 3-1 pitch coming up. Ball's fouled straight back.
Any way to muster one.
Yes. Three-two pitch coming up. Ames hanging in there.
Struck out his past 2 times, trying to make that a different story this time.
Rapier on the delivery. Popped up in foul territory. Conniff coming over, and he makes the one-handed grab. What a play. Oh my. Very nice.
Another foul territory put out for the A's. 3 of the last 4.
Yep, 3 of the last 4. Jeez. Brings up Gus. Gus got around on one his last at bat. He pulled it foul, but he hit it very hard. Maybe we can get a double and a single and get a run.
Problem is, I feel like he's getting really frustrated with himself, knowing he's better than what he's doing. After he flew out to right, he flipped his bat in the air.
I didn't see that. Yeah, frustration setting in. Rips that one out to center field, but hangs up there, and making the easy catch was the center fielder, Joe Stagowski. And that brings up Harry. Well, now CJ, we need to pop one out of here. Get that run. The one thing I did notice, Lucas, if you look at the light poles, you know, we don't have that haze that we had a couple of nights ago.
That was bad last week.
But ball doesn't seem to be carrying very well tonight. Harry takes strike 1.
The A's have 7 homers on the year, 3 of them coming from Connor Lash. Harry looking for his first one. He has not hit a home run this year.
Had 5 last year.
Couple of those. Whenever you hit him, you hit him hard.
Yes.
Moonshots.
Need to get a run. Ball is fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We have 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 6th of a 7-inning game. At least that's what's scheduled to be.
Not that I want this to happen, but how far do you think both these pitchers would go against each other? If it goes in extras.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know. We know that Schmitty was, I think, right around 70 when he started the 6th inning. So you got to figure he's in the 80s. We don't know what Rapier's at. I would think he's around there. Pitch is up high.
If Harry gets on, would they go pinch runner?
I think so.
Think so? Move Nice over to third, maybe?
2 outs, maybe not. 1 out, I think they definitely would. Call, strike 3. Harry doesn't like it, and he's barking. But that ends the inning. No score.
The estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Nobody wants to score. We got to get one here. Shut them down in the top half of the 7th and then score a run.
Martini, as you were talking about earlier, he's got the 2 hits of the 3 for Addison so far. Let's do it first.
Martini playing out in left field. Schmidt's still on the mound for us. I saw him come out to pitch and kind of trotted up to the foul line and hopped over and made his way to the mound. So he's still pretty spunky out there.
We were watching him before the game. He looked ready to go half an hour before the game started.
Right. He's out helping with the mound. Line drive. Foul ball. Ooh. Just foul. Martini, big guy standing up there. Good looking right-handed hitter. That ball's tagged out to right, but making a nice running catch out there was Alex Ames. Loud out. Louis Barbour. A1 still doing his shtick out there. He's got a nice uniform on. It keeps him warm.
Sometimes you see in the summer he's got a little fan under him. It gets so hot in there.
Yeah. He'll be working hard for a couple innings, then he'll need to come up and take an inning or 2 off. Let the uniform dry out.
Yeah.
Can be kind of frustrating. You know, we're up here announcing and we just can't get a runner on and can't get anything going. And
yeah, if you're a fan new to baseball, probably isn't too exciting for you.
I don't mind these kind of games. You know, they can be kind of exciting in its own way. Swing and a miss, evens the count now at 2-2.
Especially watching guys big strikeout stuff like we've seen with the 2 of these guys today.
Right. Breaking pitch right there for a called strike 3. Schmidt pitching a fine ball game. Hopefully he can get a run from his teammates.
8 of them.
8 Ks. What did we say? 2 walks.
Pretty good ratio.
And only allowed 3 hits so far. Frank Lavin, right fielder, is up. It's got to be nice for Casper behind the plate to catch a pitcher like Schmidt.
Yeah.
And being as on as he is tonight.
Yeah, hasn't had to work for too much, and he hasn't had to throw down anyone really because there's been no one on base.
When you think about the game on Friday, the kid pitched an excellent game, but boy, he threw a lot of dirt balls. His catcher had to work pretty hard. Kendall Lyons, 11 strikeouts in 4 innings, but made his catcher work awfully hard back there. Schmitty not doing that to Casper tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. And that ends the top of the 7th. Hopefully Sheboygan can come up with a 1 run and win this game in regulation.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Know I will take you home. Cold beer on a Friday night. A pair of jeans that fit just right. And the radio.
Back here at Wildwood Park, getting ready to start the bottom of the 7th of a game with no runs being scored so far. Jacob Neese is going to lead it off. He's walked twice. How about a home run?
Yeah. One of the 2 ways that been on base. The other one just hit. Harry Stelt. He can keep it that way and be one of the 2 and hit a walk-off homer, like you were saying.
We haven't said this yet. Our next game is going to be on Tuesday night at 7:30 when Appleton comes to town for a Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League contest.
Trying to end it with that swing there. Heavy hack there from Neese.
I'll tell you, Ray Pierre has still got a lot of giddy up on his fastball. Change of pace, breaking ball for a ball.
Mentioned 87 pitches come into this inning, so.
Ooh, that's good.
Still got a lot left.
She was talking about me.
I know. Just glad I got the audio.
I think it's just the broadcast. Yeah, right. Well, it was really frustrating that night when it was on and it wasn't working.
Yeah.
2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch rides up out of the strike zone. Jacob with 9 walks, including the 2 tonight, looking for number 10.
Be the team lead for him. He can get that 10th.
I think Jacob will be swinging if it's in there. Yep. Falls it straight back.
He'd be the first to double digits in a stat, other than hits.
Nick Tenney waiting on deck. 3-2 pitch coming up. Fouled right at home plate. Jacob doing a good job of hanging in there.
You know, the rest of the A's have been really shut down tonight, but Jacob needs to put together some great at-bats, working the count and walking both times.
Yeah, the only difference between tonight and a couple of nights ago was we got our hit in the first inning instead of the 8th, but we still are sitting with only 1 hit. Again, fouled straight back.
Difference tonight, at least. They aren't walking 8 times like they did
No.
against.
You know, this afternoon was a very tight game and not very well played by Kenosha. You know, they made some crucial mistakes at critical times, and we were able to capitalize and get the win. Addison not doing that this game. Pitch is down low for a ball, and we got that leadoff walk. And that brings up Tenney.
The first time the A's have a leadoff batter on base.
Let's capitalize on that. On the year, Sheboygan has only got 2 sacrifice bunts, and Tenney doesn't have either one. I would think that would be the play,
Yeah.
the way to go.
Just get a guy in scoring position any way you can.
And, you know, Reinflesch and Witek are both, even though they haven't hit tonight, they are good hitters. So get that runner in scoring position and let your good hitters do the job. Valdez is creeping up. He's on the grass. He squares. He offered at it. Pitch was a little, wasn't necessarily inside, but it was inside that he couldn't get the bat around and get it on it. He's got to square up a little sooner.
If you're a guy who doesn't normally bunt, it'd be really tough, especially in a situation like this.
There you go. Now he's set. Does he pull that ball? Did he pull the ball back? He did. From up here, I thought he offered at it.
I did too. I didn't see him make an effort to pull it back.
Sheboygan catches a break.
Sean agrees.
When you appeal to the base umpire, a right-handed batter, you go to the first base ump. If it's a left-handed batter, of course, you go to the umpire on the third base side. Manager coming out and talking. Critical time of the game, and you know, not calling that a strike gives Sheboygan another opportunity to try and bunt.
Still going back out there.
Yeah, Braves had a legitimate gripe, I think.
Definitely, definitely.
So now what do you do if you're Sheboygan?
They're playing the bunt really up there. I mean, obviously more likely if Neese is going on contact, they're not going to get him at second, so it would work either way. But it's just a matter of can Tenney get it down.
1-1 is a count.
I think in a situation like that, if you're Tenney, you pull it back and try to swing it. How far up third baseman Valdez was.
You can tell he's not used to bunting. It's his technique is not very good. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jacob staying tight to the bag at first. And Nick hanging in there.
Problem, Neese probably isn't going to steal a bag, especially on a left-hander.
No. He's got decent speed, but you're right, he's not a classic base stealer. Pitch is a little bit low and inside. Evens count at 2-2. Nobody out. Sheboygan's got a runner on first. Yeah, a little ground out to the first baseman would be nice. Advance the runner. Ball is popped up in foul territory. Valdez coming over by the fence, and it's out of play.
You know, even a swinging bunt, you know, would work just as well. Just hit it in play and make sure it's not a tailor-made double play, of course. But
yeah, right. You'd think it's the 3rd time through the batting order. You know, they'd get a little more familiar with the pitcher and be able to hit it. Another 2-2 pitch coming up.
There's
Pitch
definitely
is up high.
There's definitely some deception from Rapier the way he turned his back to the hitter and is out of the stretch, making it really difficult to hit.
Full count. Ball is spanked hard to left, but way foul. Oh, he got around on that pitch. Oh my.
Seen a couple of times the A's get around on those, just put them a little bit foul. Him and Gus did it once as well.
Another 3-2 pitch coming up. Brad waiting on deck. Ooh, that looked like ball 4. He swung at it and was able to foul it off.
You were saying they got some good hitters.
This is what I mean. You know, it's a no score game, but it's exciting now. We want to get a run in. We got a guy on first. Another 3-2 pitch coming up. Another pitch looked like it was out of the zone, but Tenney fouled it off.
It's just that instinct, 2 strikes. You not want to strike out looking, especially in this kind of situation, struggling to get guys on base.
Exactly. Very understandable. Ball is drilled to left field, but right there. And making the grab out in left field was Martini. Very good at bat by Tenney. I know he didn't advance the runner, but he did a good job of hanging in there after he got 2 strikes.
And if there's a guy who I would assume would be good at bunting, I could see Brad being a good bunter.
You know, the other thing that's hard to do is a hit and run kind of strategy because you don't have a real good base stealer, and you know we're having trouble making contact. Brad squares the bunt, takes the pitch outside.
Valdez is coming up so far on those bunts. He's almost right by Brad by the time he would get it down.
Brad would be the kind of guy where I could see him pulling the bat back and then swinging away. He's got some of those instincts that some of the younger players may not have. Pitch is called a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Brad trying to bunt that one, bunts right through it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Interesting where the shortstop for Addison is playing. Way up the middle, there's a big gap between the third baseman and the shortstop. You can kind of see that on your monitor. If Brad were able to pull that ball. Swing and a miss. Rapier looking good. Brad not able to make contact. And that brings up Ty Wytek. Now, it's pretty frustrating when you get the leadoff man on for the first time in the game and you're not able to advance him. Pitch is up high. Wytek 0 for 2. He grounded to third and fouled out to the catcher, who made a real fine play. That was in the 5th inning. A's fall straight back. Wytek had a great cut at that pitch.
In the last 3 games, the A's have struck out 30 times.
Not good. Those aren't all 9-inning games either.
No, all 7.
All 7s. That's one of the reasons why the Wisconsin State League is one of the best leagues in the Midwest. See some very good pitching. We're in the bottom of the 7th. No score by either club. There's a 2-ball, 1-strike pitch coming up with 2 outs. Neese still on first. Pitch is inside. Casper waiting on deck. He'd love to get a chance to hit and win the ball game. Beautiful night for a ball game. Pitch is in there for strike 2. 3-2 pitch coming up.
The A's don't come out of here with a run. A lot of pitches thrown this inning by Rapier.
All right, 3-2 pitch. Neese will be on the move. Extra bases, he might be able to score. And that pitch is inside. Jacob moves to second. Rapier trots down to first. And Cal Casper is up.
Yeah, going on contact. You'd think anything into the outfield would score Jacob Neese from second base.
Only one real opportunity in the ball game by either team to score a run, and that was by Addison in the first when Harry Fondre was thrown out at the plate by Alex Ames.
Riley.
He had a pinch runner coming in.
Riley Palmquist is pinch hitting for Cal Casper as well.
Okay. Blaine Bradford is running for Neese.
Now even more certain that a base hit would score Bradford.
Palmquist a good option to pinch hit. Two outs. Blaine Bradford, a speedier runner, is out at second. Palmquist takes that first pitch for a strike. Riley hitting .263. Ball is hit up in the air into short center field. Center fielder coming on and makes a one-handed catch, and that ends the Sheboygan 7th. We're going extra innings.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
You serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Okay, we're back. We're trying to figure out some of the defensive changes. The main thing is Schmidt's still on the mound, but it looks like Blaine Bradford staying in and going to shortstop, and Ryan Lesnick is moving from short and going to third. Pardon me, moving from short and going to second. Harry stays at third. Wytech stays at first. Coming in to catch is Hudson Wagner. Who would he be in for, Wagner?
Gasper got pitched.
Oh, so Palmquist is out of the game. We haven't seen Wagner behind the plate yet this year. See, I told you before the game, I thought I saw Hudson trotting around the dugout in his in catcher's gear.
5 new catchers, then you could say.
Yeah, right. 1-1 is the count. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Neither team has scored yet.
In the 8th, the A's will send up the 9, 1, and 2. Lesnick, Ames, and Walker.
Jack Schwarbrick is the number 8 hitter. He's leading off the inning. Following him will be R.J. Valdez, the 3rd baseman, and the 9th hitter. Breaking ball is inside. 3-2 pitch coming up to the number 8 hitter.
Schmidt has retired each of the first 7 leadoff hitters for Addison.
Let's keep that string going. Bouncing ball, nice hop to the shortstop. Strong throw across is in time. Bradford making a nice play. Valdez 0 for 1 with a walk.
Valdez is kind of the one tempting the A's to bunt over there at 3rd base.
Harry moving up a little bit on that first pitch, was up in front of the base, not quite on the grass. Pitch fouled straight back, makes the count. No balls and 2 strikes. It isn't very often you see 2 dominating pitching performances like we've seen tonight. Ball is hit out to right, long run, but making the nice catch out there was Ames. He's had a couple of nice plays in right tonight.
And you know you say dominant, but this has been dominant for both sides.
Yeah, exactly. Back to the top of the order, J.D. Swarbrick.
5 base runners for Addison and 5 for Sheboygan. Just 4 hits between the 2 teams.
Schmidt stepping off the mound for a second. Gathering himself up. Ball's hit foul.
We've talked about many times throughout this weekend how big it is to get 3 state league games within a matter of 2 days. And if the Hayes could sweep it, be back over 500.
Be pretty sweet. One ball and 2 strikes. We have 2 outs. We're in the top of the 8th inning. And a swing and a miss. Not a good swing there by JD. He goes down. And we have the same situation coming in that we did in the 7th. Can win it in the 8th.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
These the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wing is number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Fox on the Run was playing in the background. We got a pinch hitter for Lesnick. Kaylee up. Carter. Oh, you got Carter's line up there. He's hitting 375. Well, why wasn't he starting?
I don't know. I'm not the manager.
Saving him for the right moment, which is right now.
Still looking for that first home run.
Line drive, base hit to right. Carter rounds the bag and retreats as he should. Nice base hit. See, we can do it.
He looked like off the bat he wanted to stretch that into a double.
It looked like it to me too. Brings up Alex Ames.
Haley might be more prone to a stolen base. Still tough on the left-hander Rapier. But
See if Alex tries to bunt.
that would have been unfortunate.
Alex 0 for 2. Fouled out to the catcher his last time up. Back in the 6th. Gus Walker waiting on deck. Squaring the bunt is Ames. You know, another way to get that runner to second is throw the ball away. Throw it past your first baseman. Have it roll down the right field line, and you can go all the way to third.
Again, Valdez coming up so far on the bunt. There's no point in bunting because he just throw it the second. They can turn a double play. You got to pull it back and swing.
Pitch is outside. Anthony Rizzo used to play for the Cubs, played for the Yanks. He was one that would do that from first base. Run right up on top the hitter, daring him to bunt. Ball is fouled back, but got the bat on the ball. I like his technique. When you square around a bunt like that, you actually should start the bat at about chin level, and as you dip down, that's the top of the strike zone. Anything above the bat, you don't attempt to bunt. Let it go. There's a good bunt, right where it needs to be. And a throw in the dirt, but good play by the first baseman.
That's exactly what the A's have been looking for the past 3 innings.
Yeah, exactly.
There's your third sack bunt.
Third team sacrifice bunt of the season. Happening in game number 15. Brings up Gus Walker.
What a moment for him.
Yeah, Gus had a good swing at it a couple innings ago. He hit it foul, but he was right on it. And good speed at second base. Carter Kelly has a nice lead out there. Gus takes that first pitch just inside. Rapier thought he had it.
Gus has been one of the guys that's seen Rapier the best. Hasn't struck out at all, flown out a couple times.
Man on second, 1 out, no score. We're in the bottom of the 8th of a 7-inning game. This could be a walk-off. Waiting on deck is Harry. 1-1 pitch. Gus takes that pitch low. You know, that would not be a bad play. Bunt it down the third base side. They're not going to throw him out at first. And all of a sudden you got runners on the corners with only one out.
And hurry up. Or you could just get a base.
Valdez staying back even with the bag. That pitch is a strike, and it evens the count at 2-2. Come on, Gus. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gus goes down swinging, and that brings up Harry. Harry lined a base hit his first time up, and then struck out a couple times, and they're going to walk him intentionally. I like that strategy.
Not as an A's fan, though.
Well, I think Addison is doing it right. You can't let a guy like Harry win the game. Bring it down to the next guy. Blaine Bradford up. Bradford steps in, hitting .250. Pitch on the outside corner is called strike 1. Sheboygan has gotten runners on the last 2 innings. They got to get the clutch hit. Carter Kelly on second with good speed, hit to the outfield. He'll be running like the wind, trying to score. Bradford has 2 RBIs on the season, looking for number 3. 1-1 pitch coming up. Tried to check his swing, and they say he did.
I thought that was in the zone regardless.
I'm not arguing.
Me either.
Rapier still throwing hard. He's pitched a very good ball game tonight along with Eric Schmitz. Pitch is in the outside corner for a strike. Makes the count 2-2 with 2 outs and 2 runners on. You know what that means?
Deuce is wild.
Deuce is wild. And called strike 3. Boy, that, oh well. Called strike 3, and that ends the 8th inning.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Charlie Whalen in to pitch for Sheboygan in the 9th inning. Just finishing up on Eric's. He pitched 8 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs, of course. Had 10 strikeouts and walked 2. Excellent outing. Charlie Whalen will face Harry Fondre, Joe Stagowski, and Josh Cuniff for his 2, 3, and 4 hitters.
Wonder how Fondre's feeling. Yeah, this game could have been over already for Ames' arm and right.
Yeah. Fondre 1 for 3 in the ball game. Had that ringing double in the first inning. First pitch side.
Let's hope Addison just didn't need to see a new pitcher.
Whalen making his second appearance of the year. He's got 1 inning in. ERA of 0.
Rapier up over 130 pitches. See if he comes back out there for the bottom of the 9th.
Well, the way he threw the end the 8th, wouldn't be surprising for him to come out and pitch the 9th. He looked pretty good. Coniff had a good rip at that, but all he could do was foul it off. Infield is deep at all 4 positions for Sheboygan. Ames pretty deep in right. Gus even deeper in center. You got a number? Who's playing right? Carter Cayley went out to right. Alex Ames is now in at second. Whalen's pitch is down.
So far between the 2 teams, 16 shutout frames. Just the 5 hits.
Another ball hit foul. It's 2-2 is the count. Fondre, the leadoff hitter in the 9th. Game was scheduled to go 7, but both teams having a good time out there. They might stay all night.
The fans who were here for the start of the game pretty much stuck around for the most part.
Yeah, we can count all 10 of them. There's still 10 here. And a leadoff walk. Joe Stagowski 0 for 2 against Schmitty is up. Larry Kurkowski giving some signs to Joe. See if he attempts a bunt, trying to move his teammate over.
Harry's creeping up at third. Or would you see the steal off of Whalen?
I don't think
much
so.
For the A's.
Joe doesn't look like a base stealer type.
Never know.
Number 3 hitter up for the Braves.
That's the last thing you want to do. You can't muster a run. It's getting out on the bases.
Which is what Kenosha did this afternoon twice. Once in the last inning.
And Fondre today.
Ball is hit hard but foul down the left field side. 1 ball and 2 strikes, nobody out. Fondre is on at first. Ball is popped up. Harry's got a beat on it. And drops the ball. Oh my. Another error on Sheboygan. The second one on a foul pop-up. Whitek had one earlier in the game, and now Harry here in the 9th.
Last thing you want to do is give a guy in the middle of the order second life.
Exactly. Hopefully that miscue won't hurt us. 1-2 pitch coming up. Breaking ball is in there for a call, strike 3. Good comeback by Charlie. That brings up Josh Cuniff. He's had a nice game, especially behind the plate. He hasn't, like most of the hitters tonight, hasn't done much at bat, but his defense has been stellar.
Especially with Rapier, the way he's been throwing, hasn't had to work too hard.
Well, the other thing that's made it kind of nice for him, Lucas, is he hasn't had to try and throw out base stealers. A good stop by Wagner.
Whalen comes into a tough spot, you know, the way that he's been pitching, and he's expected to do the same.
1-1 is the count. We have 1 out. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Pitch is outside. Hudson came in to catch for Casper back in the 8th inning. Ball is struck hard out to Gus. He's got a beat on it, makes the catch. 2 outs. Tyler Martini up. A lot of outfield out there.
And Martini's got 2 of those 3 Addison hits, like we said earlier. He's been on base both those times. And he lined out to right. Great play by Ames his last time up.
Whalen comes set at the belt and delivers. Line drive up the middle and through for a base hit. Whalen will stop at second. He certainly has. Louis Barbour is up next. Whalen delivers. That first pitch is a little bit low for ball 1. Pitch is up high.
In dangerous territory for Whalen. Needs to get out of this inning. Doesn't want to get the bases loaded.
2-0 pitch coming up. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. Interesting selection of pitches, Lucas. Breaking ball when you're down 2-0.
Gotta have a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Pitch just a little bit up, makes it 3-1. Well, you don't want to get the bases loaded. Let's get them out. There's 2 outs. We're in the top of the 9th. No score. Whalen's ball is hit up the middle. Nice play by the shortstop. Bradford flips it over to Ames at second. We get the force, and that's the third out. When Sheboygan comes up in the bottom of the ninth, they'll have Tenney, Rindflesh, and Wytek.
This game might not end. Yeah, look who it is.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue.
Back here at Wildwood Park, getting ready to start the bottom of the ninth. Nick Tenney will be leading it off. He's 0 for 3. Flew out to left field his last time up.
Rapier.
I think that's his limit. Now he's going to get wild.
Yeah. I hope so.
Ball 2.
A's have gotten that leadoff hitter on past 2 innings. Got him the second both times, but haven't been able to convert.
Another pitch outside the zone, 3-0. I think Tenney should be taking at least the next 2 pitches. Waiting on deck is Brad. And that's a ball. 4-pitch walk to lead off the bottom of the ninth. Good start for Sheboygan. Let's see if they can get that runner around. Brad Rindflesh is up. Brad has had a very tough night at the bat. He's a better hitter than 3 strikeouts. And I got a feel he tried to bunt the last time. You know, he squared around. I bet he bunts again.
Yeah.
Tries to bunt again.
Good move by Rapier there. You never know with the bunt, you might get a little bit of bigger lead at first base when you show him bunt. So
Yeah, good strategy by the pitcher. Brad pops that first pitch, tries to bunt it, goes foul. Brad's a high school baseball coach, obviously knows his baseball, and he knows the technique of bunting. Hopefully he can get the job done. Valdez creeping up at third again. Again, like Lucas said, Rapier doing a good job of keeping the runner close. Valdez starting now, 5 feet up on the grass.
I'm saying just swing it if you're Brad.
There's a good bunt right in front of home plate. This will get the job done. And nobody's covering third. Throw is there. He's out. I like the idea by Tenney, but Valdez just a little too quick getting back. Make it a 1-3 put out at first, and then a 3-5 put out at third. And 2 outs, nobody on for Sheboygan. In the bottom of the ninth, Wytech is up.
Yeah, like you're saying, I agree with you. Right idea. No one's covering third. Just a great tag, great throw over.
And again, as he has a couple times tonight, Harry Fondre having an impact on the game. That time with his defense. Ty Wytech, a pretty big guy. Pretty good power. In the ball game, 0 for 2 with the walk. Fouls that one straight back. Is your car parked across the street?
Yeah.
It's safe. Bill, yours was in the firing line on that one. Pitch is in the dirt. Oh, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Every once in a while we'll get those foul balls that'll go off to our right, and there's cars parked right outside the window and they get clunked. No cars out there tonight. Everybody's gone home except us. 1-2 pitch. Wytech fouls that one off. Hudson Wagner waiting on deck. Waiting to get his first at bat. Boy, things look so promising with that leadoff walk and the nice bunt.
Especially if Tenney could have gotten over to third. Less than 2 outs. But nope.
2-2 pitch. A little bit up. You know, when Valdez stuck his glove up in the air saying, I got the ball in it, made the tag. It's like Kelling, the umpire at third, didn't want to call him out, but he had to. It was the right call. He wants to go home too. 3-2 pitch coming up with 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the ninth. Stranger things have happened.
Wagner now. Send us home.
Wagner making his first appearance at the plate in the ball game. He was a late entry. Came in to catch after Riley Palmquist hit for Cal Casper.
I think it's just a matter if the A's could just see another pitcher. I think that's just what they need at this point.
Hey, let's get another walk.
Yeah.
And Carter comes up, gets another base hit to win the game. Oh, Ray Pierre really fired that one in there. He put a little extra.
Rapier's lost a little bit of control past couple of innings, but he's still throwing the ball hard.
1-1 pitch. Great pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Eric Schmitz went the first 8 innings, was dynamite, allowing only 3 hits, no runs, had 10 strikeouts. Getting a no decision.
The definition of a pitcher's duel.
Exactly. 2-2 is the count. We have 2 outs. Wytech will be running like the wind if we get a base hit. There's a ball hit out to center field. Stogowski is right there and makes the easy grab, and that ends the ninth. We're headed to the 10th. No score.
The estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Right. Back at Wildwood Park, getting ready to start the 10th inning. This game was scheduled to go 7, but seems like nobody wants to score a run. So we continue to play on.
Moving along quick.
You know, you talk about running out of room in your scorebook. Bill's running out of room on the scoreboard. It'll be 7, 8, 9 for Whalen. He pitches in the 10th. Frank Lavin, the right fielder, leads it off. Frank is 0 for 3. Hits that first pitch straight up on the infield. Bradford makes the one-handed catch. And that brings up Jack Swarbeck. Jack is 0 for 3. He's hit the ball every time, though. He's like shortstop. 2 to short, 1 to third. Better start this inning for Charlie Whalen. When he came in the 9th, he walked the first batter he faced, was able to work out of the inning. And got the leadoff hitter in the 10th. Hopefully he can get the number 2 hitter in the 10th also. Pitches inside, makes the count 3-1. RJ Valdez waiting on deck. Pitch a little bit outside. Second walk for Whalen. Yeah. Schwarbrick is the DH. Yeah, nobody's really shown any propensity to steal a base.
Haven't had the chance to.
Not a lot of base runners, you're right. That pitch must have been high. Called ball 1. Valdez is 0 for 2. He drew a walk back in the 5th inning. That's when Schmitty was still pitching. And that pitch is in the dirt. Goes all the way back to the screen. You know, if a team scores 1 run, let's say they score a run, it's like 10, the way the course of the game is going. I'd rather we shut them down in the top of the 10th and score a run in the bottom. That'd be great. That pitch is fouled out on the New Jersey Avenue. So late, there's no traffic out there. Yeah, give them credit. Must be a lot of moms and dads. 2-1 pitch coming up. Breaking pitch is down low. He's starting, 7, 8, 9 hitters, throw them strikes, get them out, don't walk them. It's not the case. Ball is drilled out to right, way back there, way back there. It's up against the wall. This could score a run. They're sending him from first. Throw over to third is in time. They get Valdez, give him a double and an RBI. He's thrown out at third on a 9-4-3, 9-4-5, pardon me, put out. But Addison is on the board. Number 9 hitter hit a screamer to the wall. Great effort out there by Kaylee. Definitely, I would think, unless he says I can't go anymore. Yeah. Two balls and 1 strike. There's 2 outs, nobody on. Addison has come up with a run. Sheboygan now trails 1-0. We're in the 10th inning of what was supposed to be a 7-inning ball game. Ball is hit high on the infield. Bradford calling and catching. And that ends the 10th, but not before Addison picks up a run. When we come back, Sheboygan will have to score 1 or 2 to keep the game moving.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Thirteen strikeouts for Adrian Rapier.
152 pitches.
And he's still out there. Carter Cayley is going to lead off the 10th inning for Sheboygan. They need a run to keep the game from being over. 2 to win. Swinging at that first pitch, he pops it up. Shortstop Saubrick makes the catch.
Third pop out to short we've seen in this 10th inning between the two teams. You know, it's a quiet day and you can hear the dugouts pretty audibly.
Right, right. Alex Ames. Alex is 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. Yeah. Unless we come back and win this ball game, you could say Addison has had our number this year. AJ says they won the season series last year. 2 years ago. I think we actually did pretty good against them last year, I thought. But can't worry about last year or the year before. We got to worry about now. And Ames is at bat with a no ball, 2-strike count. He's going to have to battle again.
You gotta give credit to this Addison team. They came right off giving up 16 runs on 16 hits, and they've shut down the Sheboygan team.
Yeah, they've been a different team here, that's for sure.
All due to the man on the mound.
They play tomorrow. They going to be matched up against the Green Bay Blue Ribbons. And that game will be at 11 o'clock here at Wildwood. Ames shaking his head. Did a good job of hanging in there, kid. Still 0-2. We're in the bottom of the 10th. 1 out. Nobody on base. Gus Walker waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. Big fastball. Rapier hasn't lost much.
Center fielder number 15, Gus Walker.
14 strikeouts for Rapier. Gus Walker up.
He's been spectacular.
Swinging a foul tick right into the mitt of the catcher.
2 of 3 hitters he's faced in this inning are both left-handers.
A little advantage for him. Harry waiting on deck. Gus falls that one straight back. Count is 0-2. Things are not looking good in Mudville.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 pitch coming up. And Gus hanging in there. Good job by Gus. Foul that pitch off. That was a good pitch, too. Just remember, it's never over till the last out.
That's for sure. Last strike doesn't matter.
Come on, Gus. Get a hit. Pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. When does Rapier pitch next? Next month. Swing and a miss. Fitting way to end. Strikeout number 15 for Adrian Rapier. He was tough. Goes all 10 innings. Allows only 2 hits. And had those big 14 strikeouts. I don't know what to say. What do you say?
The definition of a pitcher's duel. I mean, you can't get more than that. 7 hits between the 2 teams. I mean, eventually someone had to score a run. Of course, it came from Addison in the 10th, but tough game. Great one if you love pitching, but A's fall 1-0.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Adrian Rapier was obviously the player of the game. He picks up the win, picking up the loss in release. Well, in relief was Charlie Whalen. Eric Schmitz was very tough in his 8 innings, but got a no decision. Addison wins this one 1-0. The line score 1-5-0 for Addison. Sheboygan 0-2-2. And that's going to do it for us. Our next ball game will be, our next broadcast will be Tuesday, June 17th at 7:30, Appleton comes to town for a Newble game. For my partner, Lucas Schulze, I'm Mike Martin saying thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.